you're going to hate me for this, but everything that has ever happened in your life, it's your fault. If you are overweight, you've conditioned yourself to be overweight. If you are skinny and you're struggling to put on muscle, you have conditioned yourself to be skinny and struggle to put on muscle. If you are someone who is injury prone, you have conditioned yourself to be like that. It is all your fault at the end of the day. Do not blame this situation on other problems such as your work, your family, your kids. It's all your fault. Once you learn how to take responsibility for yourself and the decisions that you've made up until this point, you've got to take full accountability for it. Once upon a time when I was a little kid, I used to struggle to even speak to girls. I used to struggle with self-confidence. And guess what? That was my fault. I didn't take full responsibility for it and work on myself to overcome that situation. What happened? The situation overcome me, and then I just dug myself into a deeper hole. Again, it was my fault, right? Same with Coach T, who is the other head coach. He put on weight, over 25 kg. Yes, he can blame it on going to university. Yes, he can blame it on having a girlfriend. But in the end of the day, who got him into that situation? Him. So I want you to take this clear and be straight with yourself. Number one, it's all your fault. And number two, take responsibility for it. Never place this responsibility or put a burden on someone else to do the job that you should be doing, right? So if you need to make a decision to actually take a step forward, making a commitment to yourself, don't be putting this responsibility on anyone else other than yourself, because who's going to be doing the training? You. Who's going to be tracking in the food? You. Who's going to be the one who's getting up, getting out of bed and brushing their teeth? You. No one else is going to do it for you in this journey of life. Even if circumstances are not perfect, again, take full responsibility and work on it yourself. If you think about it, the routines and the habits and all of the mental wiring that has gotten you in the first place has essentially put you here, this version 1.0 of yourself, right? And if you're struggling to actually overcome that, again, some things has to be changed in order to get the results that you want. If you just keep doing the same old routines, old behaviors, old habits, you're just going to be stuck and frustrated and be left at the same place. Give you an example, another one. I was struggling with the planche, with the front lever pull-ups. And what did I do? I sought outside guidance from a coach who I really look up to. Ethan, James. I worked with these coaches. I invested in myself to get a new perspective, new ideas. And when I've learned these new perspectives, my worldview has kind of had this eureka moment where it just felt like things were just clash. I was like, wow, I didn't know that there was this amount of information out there that has not crossed my brain. And now it's all making sense. And as a result, I went from someone who's struggling to do the planche, I went from someone who's struggling to do the front lever pull-ups, to now achieving all of that within like less than half of the time. The progress it took me to achieve the ones that I want to achieve, the planche and then the front lever pull-ups, I've been spending over 2 years just to make a little bit of a progress. And then since I invested in this mentor, I've learned the ropes from him, the space has just came crashing down in terms of actually, I was able to achieve more within the space of 3 months. Yes, it costs money. Yes, it requires more time, more dedication, more investment into yourself. But I've learned so much more valuable information. And this is the lesson I want you guys to take, which is take full control of your circumstances. If you are not happy with where you are right now, whether you have no time, whether you have low on energy, it is because of your fault. You are not doing what you're supposed to be doing in the right way that fits within your schedule, your life demands, and your lifestyle, and also your characteristics that will support you towards your growth. There are a lot of things that I had to unlearn to actually get to where I am now, whether that's speaking in front of the camera, whether that's eating a better diet, whether that's just being able to speak to people in a more professional manner. And that's because I decided to take charge. I've overcome the situation rather than letting it overcome me. Because I always remind myself of this, like I speak to myself like, Pat, what do you think happens if you just continue to keep feeling sorry for yourself, keep living beneath your full potential and remain small? What do you think happens if you don't change? The thoughts in my head at the time were, I'll just always will never be good enough. I will never live up to my full potential. I will still always be injury prone. I will not be able to speak to the girl that I want to. I will not be able to make the friends that I want to and have these meaningful relationships. Once you've taken accountability for your own situation, that's where your worldview will change. And as a result of me benefiting from this new improved mental image of myself, and also me being a new version of myself as a stand, as me transforming into this new best version of myself and keeping it, other people that surround me are also benefiting from it, from my team, from my friends, from my family, from my intimate relationships. They all benefit, because once you level up, you're not only yourself going to level up, but other people around you. The energy level increase that you're going to be feeling, the more confidence, charismatic, the more your aura will just essentially uplift and elevate. So please take this on board. For things to change, you need to change. And the reason why you are feeling stuck, it's not your mum, it's not your pet dog, it's not your job, it's you. Take that full responsibility for yourself. Make that change. And if you're unsure with how to actually systematize that change, so that way you can just plug and play into your life, then Team Major Calisthenics will be able to help you with that. Head over to the link down below in the description to learn more about online coaching.